All right, everybody, we're back. Coon Prairie Ramblers with KC and the Moonshine Band, Luke, the Rebel Without a Clue, and the Mailman. And we're confabulating and mind meandering and trying to think of something to talk about. No, we got something to talk about. What is it?
It is that time again for the F-bomb, and here it comes.
Mm-hmm. Look out! Oh,
look out, Ethel.
Whew.
Mercy.
Have mercy.
Mm-hmm. The F-bomb.
What if you could go back in your past sometime and pick a favorite memory or a favorite day or something to repeat that you really treasure and cherish? I mean, but not make any changes.
Just to relive it.
Right. If you could relive it exactly as it was. I know we all have many, but which one would you select?
How about you, Mailman?
Me? Well, it would be in a certain era, but I can pick a day. It can pick a day. And it's really strange because during the summers, when I was 12, 13, 14, I used to spend the summers with my great Aunt Aggie. Great Aunt Aggie, and she lived way down in Appalachia, down in southern Ohio, in the hills. And she was poor. We had to walk for miles on the day when they gave away government surplus. We had to walk to town to go get our bologna, our cheese, our powdered milk, our powdered eggs.
Coffee.
And you know what? We were so poor. I mean,
how poor were you?
We had to walk to town. That was a long ways. And we'd come back, and man, and she would make me some powdered eggs. I mean, I'm thinking powdered eggs. Oh, gag a maggot. But
I'm telling you.
But you know, back then, maybe it was the way she made it or something. You know that trail bologna, that long bologna, the government stuff.
Bologna.
You cut into it, and you might find a pocket of gelatin or something. You know,
that's your condiment. That's free condiment.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I used to hate that.
Smeared on the bread.
But just to relive one of those days, and she was a drunkard. Oh, well, she was a
drunk.
She was only drunk when somebody brought her a bottle of port wine or Thunderbird, and she had an old World War I friend.
Wow.
His name was Lou, and he'd come around in his 1947 Chevy Deluxe car.
Fleetliner.
And 1947, and he'd come around, and I used to hate it when Lou would come around. But I'm saying it, I wonder, I would love to relive one of those days. But at the time, I hated to see Lou come because I liked the old guy. But he always brought her a bottle of wine, and then he'd leave.
And then you would still be drunk, and you'd be stuck with it.
I'd be babysitting, or I'd be a drunk aunt that night.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you know what?
But I always want to relive that day because it was fun.
What if we go out on 31 one day to the Seventh-day Adventist Church when they have their free food giveaways, and we'll see what we can...
So we find you something
we'll have to walk down there
with a gelatin in it.
And
I'll tell you, I'll ride in a wheelchair and you push me.
Yeah. Well, let's go down to the Methodist Church and eat lunch one day.
They do feed them down there.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, if you do it right, you know, they have a Thursday and Friday over there off of Hargrave.
Mills Inn.
Yeah, the faith food giveaway, or whatever that is, Thursday, Friday, and then the Methodist does it a couple days, and then there's another place in town. So if you do it right, you can eat lunch every day.
That's right. Wow.
Almost
every weekday. Do they ever have liver and onions?
Oh man, I hope they do. If they had liver and onions, they'd have a line a mile long.
I'd be homeless before I'd eat that stuff.
Well, if I had my chance to go back one day, my father was he loved sports, and he loved professional sports, and he loved baseball. One day after they got a team in Tampa, the Rays, we got tickets to go watch a Rays game. And me and Dalton and my dad, the three of us, went over. And it was just a beautiful day going over there. We drove over the sky.
You say the Rays?
Tampa Bay. It used to be the Devil Rays. Now they call them Tampa Bay Rays.
Mm-hmm.
But we just had a beautiful trip over there. Just driving over the Skyway, and going to the game, and all the three of us, three generations, and we had decent seats. And the game was pretty good, and everything was just clicking just right. And the game was over, and we start making our way out. And everybody's headed towards the exits that are facing the parking lot. And we decide to go out the back here, kind of away from everything. Nobody's going out it. And we decided that if we go out that way, that we will avoid all that rushing crowd of people going out. So we go out that door, and the door slams behind us.
Oh, boy.
And it is raining to beat the band. It is flooding.
Yeah.
And it was a long way from the back of that stadium to the parking lot.
Yeah.
And then you got to go from the parking lot out to where our cars parked. And so there's no use running. There's no use rushing.
No.
Because I'm talking a deluge. I mean, it was raining hard.
Get you a shower on the way, right?
Oh, boy, we got wet. And so it got all wet, and we got in the cars, and we drove to a big lot. Never forget it. On 41, it was a big lot.
Bought an umbrella after the fact.
We bought towels.
Towels, there you go.
Started drying ourselves off, and we bought T-shirt, and we bought shorts to put on.
Oh, my
So we
goodness.
could
A
have
whole new
dry
wardrobe.
clothes.
Go again.
Just something cheap just to get home on. Because I mean, you couldn't get wetter than we were. I mean, we were soaked.
Might as well have been swimming, huh?
Yeah, soaked to the bone. I mean, it was just wet. And so we finally made it over and got our stuff and all. And then we decided we'd go get something to eat. Here we are in our big lot outfit. Mismatched.
Yeah. Luckily, you was out of town. You ain't gonna
Yeah, we're
know
out of
about
town. I
it.
didn't care if anybody saw us or not. We got us something to eat, and all laughed about it. Just a wonderful moment. And now, my son's grown now, and my father's gone,
Wow.
and it's just a moment that I wouldn't have changed it. I wouldn't change the fact that we went out the wrong door.
Well, Casey,
None of that was planned, but it all just happened.
It was beautiful.
did your team win after all that?
Yeah,
Oh, they won.
yeah. Before all that,
Yeah.
Well,
It
that's what
was a great day.
that's what makes life more adventuresome, and it makes the memories stick with you
Precious
better.
memories, how they linger.
Well, if I had to choose one, I would probably say the party that my family threw me for my 50th birthday. It was called the Trial of the Half Century, what they call. They had it at the college there, and they had a big room in the back there, and we had it there. And my kids brought in stuff from all different, because they know I'm a pack rat. Brought in stuff from all phases of my life and set it up on tables. Everywhere from teddy bears, a Boy Scout uniform, to manual typewriter when I started writing for the paper, and pictures and paintings and hats and just all kind of crazy stuff. And they invited all kind of family, all kind of friends came there. And and nobody knew about this except for myself and my cousin Roland, who was a deputy at the time, the clerk of the court, Mitzi McGavick, and a few others like that. But when they finished eating and stuff, we gathered everybody in the back and had a podium set up there with a chair and a microphone, and you didn't know what was going to go on. So
They roasted you?
and what happened was we're sitting around, got everybody's attention, got them sat down, and then I had my cousin Roland bring me in handcuffs, and he puts me down at the chair there. He puts me down at a table there, and he sits with me. He's like the bailiff or whatever. Here comes Mitzi McGavick. She hadn't even shown up. They didn't know she was coming. She comes in with a robe and a gavel, and they start a trial there. It's a trial of the half century, because I was turning 50 or whatever. And I told some friends ahead of time, they're gonna have like a little roast thing. See if you can think of some bad stuff to say about me or whatever. And they didn't know that it was going to be a trial. So boom, they were brought to the witness stand. They had to sit on the witness stand, tell all this stuff about me, adventures we had, misadventures, stuff we shouldn't have done. They told a bunch of that, so friends and relatives did that. And at the end, I got to get up and rebut a little bit of it and confess to some other things or whatever. And that was just a special day to me. I mean, not special because it promoted or surrounded, it was centered around me, but because a lot of people, it was just a coming together of people from all different facets of my life, from family to work to Boy Scouts to schoolmates to church people to newspaper people. Everybody, all facets of my life were represented there. And a lot of them are not my life anymore. They moved on or have died or whatever. And that was just a special time for me. And I think that's why I like that. And they took a bunch of pictures, and my brother-in-law videotaped it, and we just had a big time with it.
Well, what was your other big birthday they had? That was 60?
That was the 60th. That was 10
That
years
was a
ago.
pretty good one, too.
They did a surprise birthday for me down at Nocatee.
You know, they had a Facebook page set up for almost a year.
I know, those weasels.
Getting everybody together and who's going to come. And then towards the end, I think it was Kim posted on there something about if you've got any stories or want to tell a story about how you met and anything you'd like to share. And we didn't really meet,
Right.
We knew, I just knew of you. You knew of me.
That's right. Oh,
We
for a lot of
talked,
years.
But there was no, here.
We didn't go hang out and do stuff.
No, and so I made up this elaborate
Oh, really?
story.
Well, how come I didn't hear it?
And well, I put it on that Facebook page
Well,
about
I need to scroll further then, because it goes
It had
back
something to do
miles.
with the traveling Wilsons being at the fair, and
Oh, dear.
then she said, well, no, these are things you have to write on a pad or paper and then turn them in.
Oh.
And it's like what you're talking about. I never did
Oh, boy.
rewrite it or put it down. I guess I could have copied and pasted it.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
I'd like to see that.
Wow.
Well, it's on that.
The Traveling
Weren't you on that
Wilsons.
page?
Yeah, I was.
Is the page still active?
I don't know. I'll look, but
What was the name of that page?
something about it's a secret thing. It had my name on there first, but they said they changed it.
Yeah, so you could
I wouldn't find it.
Yeah. But you actually, till that day, never.
I knew something was up. I knew it was my birthday, and you hear people, talk like, well, who was on the phone? Oh, nobody or whatever. And my sister's coming here from Colorado, and my buddy Scott's coming down from Georgia, and you kind of figured, but you don't, then you stop asking questions. Something's going to happen.
And you didn't realize the magnitude or
Well,
There's a lot of people
elaborate
there.
it was.
I didn't realize how big it was going to
There's a
be.
lot of people there.
I was kind of shocked.
I was shocked when I saw you there.
Yeah.
We should have took a picture.
Yeah.
They had 120 pounds of chicken fried up, and everybody brought the trimmings to go with it.
Wow, that was
There
good.
was a lot of
food.
chicken and stuff.
I
But,
can't even remember what I took that day.
And they had some good chicken
Oh,
gizzards
I
there.
know what I took.
well, they had good food. They had
yeah.
real good food.
We took the jalapeno poppers.
Poppers.
Kathy,
Oh, man.
we have
Those
covered.
don't last long.
yeah.
We go to covered dish.
That's what they
Kathy's
want.
on a jalapeno popper kick, and it's going to be jalapeno poppers, and everybody always like, and they're always going. I never get them.
Make 2 batches, one for
Should,
y'all and
yeah.
You
one,
got to
for,
eat some before you leave
one
home.
to take home. Or leave some behind. Well, we're about out of time again, but anyway,
Well,
I'm
you
sure
gotta
everybody
find
out
some
there's
liver.
got a
You're gonna
special
leave us.
day or a time they'd like to relive. But
I can see that faraway look in your eye.
I can tell by the way you hold me, darling.
That it's time to get some liver.
On the road again. We're going to have to bail out on y'all. Y'all.
You're
don't
going to
go away.
bring your guitar someday.
One day we will. We're signing off here from the little radio station on the prairie. Y'all stay tuned. and we'll be back.
WFL in.
Find us on YouTube, Coon Prairie Ramblers.